What attracted me to HTI when we learned about the technology is what makes people go, wow, now. It's almost like magic, forward osmosis. It's as old as the earth, and yet it's not something you expect. You put this bag in a filthy, dirty ditch, and it creates a absolutely pure drink that's hydrating and delicious. When we thought about that in terms of disaster relief, we realized that this was a very simple technology that would guarantee clean fluids to people in need.
Being in the field in a real-life situation where this is the only thing you're drinking, it's time to put your money where your mouth is. We brought 24,000 individual hydropacks into Haiti. We had a number of ways that we activated the hydropacks. Initially, we found a swimming pool that had been damaged. The swimming pool was about half full. And so I realized that I could hydrate a lot of hydropacks over the surface area of this water. I dispensed them an evening, probably 4,000 or 5,000 of these, amazingly enough. It was an incredible experience to wake up in the morning and here is this rainbow of these little miniature footballs. And I have to tell you that I just looked in the pool and went, yes!
Our experience in Haiti with the HydroPack confirms everything that we believed about the product and the technology, that it is simply an ideal product for disaster relief. HTI's vision for the HydroPack is that it be the default solution for emergency water in phase 1 of disaster relief operations. To do that, it needs to be pre-positioned around the globe and ready to go out on flights the day of the disaster.
Forward osmosis is a process that's been harnessed by industry in just the last few years, and specifically by our company, HTI. This is our cellulose membrane that we make with Eastman products. If we didn't have this membrane, we wouldn't have a product.
The benefits from cellulose acetate are its solubility, its toughness, its tensile strength, and its hydrophilicity, a fancy term for wearing out of liquids over a polymer substrate.
Water will just go up to the surface of the membrane just by the properties of the material that we use. And then we take this membrane and put a rejection layer on it, a very, very thin layer that just allows the water to go through, but then blocks all the contaminants.
We entered initial discussions with the Kenyan government last summer, and there was immediate interest in the technology. Kenya has regular flooding in parts of the country every year, and so they are very familiar with what their disaster response needs and challenges are. The Kenyan government asked for a demonstration pilot, and so we will take an area that experiences regular flooding. We're going to bring in 30,000 pouches. Over a 10-day period, we will distribute to families, have them use them as they would in a disaster scenario. There will be follow-up surveys to look at ease of use and compliance issues. And at the end of that, the Kenyan government will be able to look and see what kind of value the product will bring to their disaster relief operations.
What we hope to gain from the Kenya project and our collaboration with Eastman is a broad awareness of the capabilities of these products for populations that are in distress.
This will be a demonstration unlike any other and will immediately aid the people who need it.
The company culture itself is very excited about what we're doing in Africa. There's a personal component in that my family and I, my brothers and sisters, were lucky enough to welcome 6 Liberian orphans into our homes around 1997. I met these children as they were being dropped off at an orphanage, and they had been hiding from the rebels. They were malnourished with all the physical manifestations, the discolored hair, the distended stomachs. And yet they were happy kids, they were proud children. So we brought them to the United States, and I welcomed one of them as my son into our home. Now, 12, 13 years later, 2 of them have graduated from college. One's in nursing school, 2 more in college. One is a thriving member of the U.S. military. It makes you realize that these kids have enormous potential as human beings, and the opportunity to help them in a small way and through clean water, hopefully realize some of that potential, is a real privilege for the company.